Do you feel like you are always missing the mark with your clients? Do you feel like you are constantly on the back foot with your clients? You think that you've done a good thing on that project, or you think that you've done a good thing in delivering that piece of work for your client, but you find yourself getting backlash, you find yourself having frustrated clients on the end of emails, phones, or in person. If that's you, then watch on. What I want to explore with you today is this concept of expectation versus reality. And we as engineers, we in the engineering and construction industry, we are very much black and white type of people. We tend to play in reality. So what actually happened? What is the actual reality of this situation? What is actually going on here with this project? What is actually happening that is delaying this project, or meaning that we've got another 2 weeks of design, etc., etc. Whereas with clients, they also have black and white, but they've got an expectation that you as a leader or business owner need to constantly manage throughout the project's life cycle. If you stick with facts and figures and reality and you miss managing your client's expectation or what they're expecting you to do or deliver, you will always have an unhappy client, because you haven't taken the time to actually connect with your client. What are you expecting to be delivered here and by when? What does that look like? What are the deliverables? And if you're constantly managing your client's expectations, you will have a client for life. You'll have a happy client who knows what's coming, and when in terms of the project deliverables, and they'll always feel valued and looked after by you as their engineer or consultant. So it's this constant juggle of managing reality. You might have a team of people underneath you. The reality is they're completely burnt out, or they've got 16 other projects that you can't tell that client about that they're working on. Or there might have been a request for information come from the local authority that's meant that you've got another 2 weeks worth of design left to do before you can deliver on that project. You have to constantly be taking that reality and managing your client's expectations. It's no good delivering something 2 weeks late and not talking to your client, not managing their expectations. Or it's no good delivering on time, but it's completely not what your client was expecting. So it's the constant juggle. As a leader or a business owner, you have to be constantly looking at, well, what's the reality? What is the reality that I'm looking at? And how do I manage my client's expectations accordingly? And that comes down to communication. That comes down to picking up the phone. It comes down to emails, or taking your client out, or booking in a regular once a week coffee with your client to continually manage their expectations. So the more that you can manage what they're expecting and when and what does it look like I said, client for life, happy client, because you are constantly communicating to them, talking to them, letting them know about delays. Hey, we've just received this request for information from a local authority. I'm just going through it now. I'll come back to you when I know what that means for your project. Constantly managing their expectations, because then they know, okay, well, we've just received a request for information on my project. I'll wait to hear from my trusted advisor for them to come back to me. So constantly managing your client's expectations will ensure that you have good repeat business. You'll have a happy client. You won't have a client that's calling you all right on the end of the phone. You won't have a stressed out team, because you are constantly and effectively managing your client's expectations. So you're juggling expectations of your client versus the reality. And if you do that well, happy team and a client for life.